What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So it does turn out we did end up getting the news that Forza Horizon 5 now does have a release date of April 29th. The thing is, though, if you do end up getting the premium edition, you can play the game in early access on April 25th, which I would say is probably going to sit kind of odd with many people. Like, yeah, we're going to have a VIP thing on a game that came out like 3 years ago, but at the same time, guys, I gotta admit, I am still so dang excited to play it that I'm most likely going to get the premium edition, and it's available later if you want it. That way, if you're going to buy the standard edition, every single game has like the DLCs that come out after and stuff. But with that though, we're also then going to have the premium edition, which is $100. I'm also going to talk about something else alongside of this here in a second with the price of this, guys. But with that, you're going to get the full game, the car pass, the Hot Wheels DLC, the Rally Adventure, the Welcome Pack, the VIP membership, and early access will begin April 25th, 2025, which I'm really happy about. At first, I thought the game was going to come out in like May or something, end of May, but nope, we are getting this the end of April, guys. So dang exciting. And on top of that, by the way, there's also going to be a thing if you do end up pre-ordering the game. You're also going to get a bonus of 5,000 Forza-thon points, which I honestly don't know what that is. You're then going to have 5 backstage passes and the 2021 Mercedes AMG 1. So keep that in mind when you are pre-ordering it. That's for every single edition. Now, I gotta admit, though, again, I do understand that people are probably not going to be happy about the price, and I admit it kind of is true. Like, I was expecting the game to be a tad cheaper. We all do know the game is what, like 4 years old or something like that. So it does make sense. But at the same time, though, we all do know how popular Forza Horizon is on Xbox and PC. PlayStation players want it. And with that, you're also finally going to have probably the biggest racing game on the scale. You can now play with your friends on those platforms and stuff. So I do understand it. And they probably also know that they're testing the waters with this and seeing how it does. I'm going to predict right now, we can come back to this video. Maybe Forza Horizon 6 will also release on PlayStation when it does end up releasing, most likely sometime next year. I feel like they're probably like, okay, well, let's put the additions into Forza Horizon 5. Let's see how this does. And then we might end up even having Forza Horizon 6 come out, which if that did end up happening, that would be absolutely insane. But the thing is, guys, I gotta admit, I'm most likely going to easily be getting the premium edition. But hear me out, though. The reason why I'm going to be getting this, I feel like it offers a good amount of stuff with it. The Car Pass, the Hot Wheels DLC, the Rally Adventure. I heard a lot of great things about the Hot Wheels DLC, and I know the Welcome Pack will probably be helpful. And I'm also going to be able to play the game around 4 days earlier, so I get on there, get a head start to content and stuff. That way I can get things out a tad earlier. But overall, though, if you are going to get the game, I would honestly say probably the standard or the premium edition is probably going to be the best option. The reason why, though, is I'm not trying to sell people on that stuff, but we can all admit, though, the deluxe edition only having the car pass and the full game in it, I do feel like the premium is just a better thing for an extra 20 bucks. You get way more stuff in it. And if you were to buy something like the deluxe edition, then go, okay, well, maybe I want to get the Hot Wheels and something like the Rally Adventure thing eventually. Well, I'm probably going to guess and say right now each of those are most likely going to be 10 to 15 bucks a piece. And if you were to buy both of those for 15 bucks, you're most likely going to be over if you would have just gotten the premium edition before. So I feel like that was something I was thinking about with it. And here's something I did want to talk about as well regarding the price again. Now, we all do know, again, guys, I know the game is going to be older. I mean, heck, you could probably still get Grand Theft Auto like 5 or 6 years after for full price. I do know Elden Ring took like well over a year and a half to go down in price. Now, I do know that's different examples because those games are really popular and they're not going to be 4 years old releasing on a console they've never been on. But with that, though, so many people probably want Forza, probably want the car list and stuff. They probably want to get what Forza is most likely going to offer them with like the free roam aspects, being able to race your friends on different platforms, a proper crossplay system, and we're also going to have the craziest car list out of any racing game, honestly, that's pretty much out. That probably can't even be argued because a lot of the cars in this game are most likely not going to show up in other ones anytime soon or even at all for that matter. So that's kind of a win, I think. But the reason why I'm looking at the price of this game going, okay, well, yeah, that's going to be kind of expensive. Again, I do admit that. Like, it is probably going to be pretty high price for an older game. But at the same time, I'm looking at this going, okay, well, if it is $100, you want to spend that on it, you are legit getting a complete game, guys, a ton of content and stuff. Like, you're not buying like a half-baked game or something. Like, for example, Test Drive Unlimited was $90 for the Gold Edition, and you basically bought a game that probably needed to come out 2 years later. I would say buying Forza at this price is probably going to be annoying for many, but at least you are getting a completed game though. I can even admit this right now, getting something like Motorfest when I did end up pre-ordering the game back then when it came out. I spent $120 on it for it to later go on sale 3 weeks later being 50 or 60 bucks for the gold or ultimate edition back then. And I feel like spending $120 on this game was probably going to be the craziest thing I've ever done because I was so dang hyped for it. After playing The Crew 2, I was like, yo, this game's going to be amazing, and it is going to be amazing in a few different things, but at the same time, though, is it $120 amazing? Honestly, probably not. And then on top of that, the year after that, they had another $120 edition that later went on sale again a month or so after it did end up coming out. So yeah, I mean, if you're going to spend $120 on something like TCM, we all do know the game's not going to be completed. They're still updating it. And you can even argue the fact that when this game did end up coming out, it probably wasn't truly ready to come out in some way. So I gotta admit that though, like yeah, the game's going to be a lot, like Forza's $100, but at least in some way though, you're getting a game that's going to be completed if you are going to get the premium edition for it, which I definitely will be. I'm sure a lot of my friends most likely will, because we can now all play free roam, do racing, mess with cars and stuff, and really have an open world, different vehicles and all that. And on top of that, guys, the other thing I did want to mention, I'm sure everybody did see this. I will see if I can get the trailer in the background. That is going to be the Horizon Realms is also coming on top of all of this, which is going to add even more stuff into the game, man. Which when looking at the article here, though, it is going to read Horizon Realms will adapt the previously time-limited events from the Evolving World update, bringing back 11 locations and adding one more. These include the Stump Park, the Ice Rink, the Oval Track, the Summer Party, the Neon Airstrip, not going to try to pronounce that one, Winter Wonderland, Lunar Drift Arena, Retro Wave Highway, Cars and Coffee, Stadium Maze, and there's also going to be a new one, the Horizon Stadium Circuit. So I feel like right there alone is probably going to be even more things you can probably mess around with. And what's funny though is everyone was saying the game was going to be over, no more updates. Well, this was probably going to be another update. I do know other people talked about this previously, but hey, still going to be a thing in there. And on top of that, in the video itself, you're also then going to see some new cars being added, including, I think that's the TRX Mammoth. And they're also going to have one of my favorite cars I've been wanting in Motorfest forever, which is probably never going to happen, the Lamborghini Storado. I love it. It's literally a lifted rally Lamborghini, man. So dope. Can't wait to drive it. You're then going to see the Lamborghini Revolto in there, which I know a lot of players wanted. But this is going to be pretty dope because they're adding. I'm hyped up. I gotta admit that. I will be doing a ton of comparisons on Forza versus Motorfest as well, going over things on both games and all that, guys. Do stay tuned. But overall, though, I am curious to know your thoughts on this in the comments below. To be honest, guys, the biggest thing I was looking at with this, I was also talking with my friend about it, is yeah, I do understand the game's going to have early access after like 3 or 4 years or whatever being out. On top of that, it's still going to be full price again, being an older game. But at least you are buying something that's going to be completed. I mean, I did end up buying Motorfest for 120 bucks, which was clearly not worth the price. We also had Test Drive being 90. Let me ask you guys this and end the video off on this as well. Would you rather spend $100 on Forza being on PlayStation, or would you rather spend $90 on Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown? I feel like that's probably going to be a very obvious answer. One game is clearly not finished, and the other game is full of every DLC and a lot of content if you got the higher edition, or you can get the regular one, even $60 for the base, versus the base version of Test Drive. I mean, it's probably going to be fairly obvious. And the last thing I found hilarious about this, by the way, is they did end up having a screenshot of the Horizon Realms with a blue Lamborghini Revolto, which kind of is hilarious for like being blue in PlayStation. And I feel like that's going to be the type of thing of them going, oh, well, we're here too, man. Don't forget. I really feel like that's kind of hilarious and kind of a genius marketing type of thing they did there. But overall, though, guys, again, let me know your thoughts on this in the comments below. I am so dang excited, and I'm looking forward to doing comparison videos on Motorfest vs. Horizon and stuff, and really checking out both games pretty much in depth. I am so dang excited for this.